First, let's understand about what is this HA option that came up in X6, X7, or the default option of ODA that was available in prior releases. When you buy an Oracle database appliance X2, X3, X4, X5, or the HA option in X6, X7, as I told you earlier, you get two database servers and a storage server, and you have high capacity storage server connectivity that is available, which ensures fast connectivity between the database servers and the storage. And since this is using RAC, you also have an interconnect, which is a fast fabric. Now, why would I want to use this appliance? You would choose the HA option if you have the need to run an RAC setup or an RAC one node setup. The beauty is that you can set up this in a few hours, and there is a little bit of scalability that you get in terms of storage. If required, you can add an additional storage server to a HA box of ODA. But if you want to grow it to more than 2 nodes, ODA is not the appliance. It is constrained by scalability in terms of maximum of whatever you get with it out of the box, which is 2 DB nodes, and storage is the only thing which you can enhance by adding another additional storage server. The benefit of buying ODA is that even though you might get a lot of cores with it, you can limit your licensing to how many ever cores you want, and as your database usage increases, you can enable more cores to pay the licensing for that. It includes your database license. You have anyway procured your hardware, so the hardware cost is already built into your purchase, but the database core licensing can increase as you go by till the full utilization of the database box. The other beauty with ODA, with the HA option, is you have the choice of implementing either bare metal or a virtualized ODA. What do we mean by bare metal? When I get 2 DB servers with storage shared between them, I can install the operating system on both, which obviously is going to be Oracle Linux, and install grid infrastructure, install database software, and set up wherein your OS is directly having control on your hardware. Alternatively, you can also set up a virtualized ODA. When we set up a virtualized ODA, we are first putting in a hypervisor. In this case, it's going to be the Xen-based OVM, Oracle Virtualized Machine, wherein you put that first on the 2 nodes, and then you set up what is called as the ODA base. ODA base, in simple terms, is just a virtual machine which comes pre-packaged with the required Oracle database software. If you want to run additional applications, you can set up additional virtual machines which can run on the same setup. So you are going to have your database running in a separate VM called as the ODA base, and you have other VMs which can be set up additionally. Generally, when you use OVM, there is a need for using Oracle Virtual Machine Manager to manage your virtualized environment. In the case of ODA, you don't need that. You use a command line tool called OAK-CLI, Oracle Application Kit command line interface, which can be used to manage your ODA box. Again, this tool has got a little bit of versioning in terms of different types. We will come into it when we go into specific versions of ODA. Coming to versions of ODA, I already mentioned about X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, X7. These all refer to the hardware that you've got. Do note, the software that is running in it is independent of the hardware. So you might have bought an ODA X3 and you had 11G running on it, but the same X3 hardware can have current latest 12C running on it. Now that's a choice you have. So whenever I make a mention of X2 or X5 or X7, I am referring to the hardware, but whenever I mention about software, it could be a different release cycle altogether. So that's a quick overview about the HA option. Whereas starting X6, you also had the choice of buying a small, medium, large, and in X7, a small and large. What are these? Pretty simple. They are just single servers, which means you don't have a separate storage server, you don't have high availability built into it, but this suffices the need of many databases in your organization where you don't need HA, you want a solid setup which can be managed easily. So when you buy the small, medium, large, the difference between them, as the name suggests, small comes with certain amount of CPU cores, certain amount of memory and certain amount of storage. Medium will be more than that, large will be more than that. I will get into the specifications of these shortly in other videos, but this is the overview about the ODA appliance, which is a database appliance optimized to run Oracle databases. If required, you can set up additional applications on the same box. In circumstances where you have not enabled all the hardware cores to run your database, this can result in applications out of the box, wherein the database and the application run in the same hardware. We look into more details about ODA, its features and its configuration in future videos.